what is this Helix Quantamental Model, right? Those 6 factors that you saw in the first slide, those 6 factors are split into 20 pillars in our model, right? So each and every factor, like investment, we split it into multiple pillars, and we basically use that as part of the model. Can you just pick one particular stock and say, okay, fine, I want to invest all of my life savings into that? Unfortunately, no. We diversify. We use what is called as a portfolio, right? And essentially, the underlying truth here is that you can have a bunch of good picks, not necessarily the best of best in the market. You can have a bunch of good ones, which if you kind of put that together the right way, it beats the market significantly more than your sort of let's say a star pick or whatever, right? So the whole as a portfolio is much greater than the sum of the parts. So that's the reality here. So is this quantamental model very new? Unfortunately, no. I've used it since about 99 for my own investments. Does it work only in the US market? Does it work only in the UK market? No, you can use it for any market, whichever market that you want to invest in, any listed stock, you can use this, right? If you're comfortable with the Indian market, go ahead, use the Indian market. If you're comfortable with the UK market, you can use this model there. And my portfolio, except for, I can say, some months like March 2009, we then had I think demonetization in India 2016. We then had COVID, the peak of COVID when there was a crash, and then last year, April 2025, when Trump announced those tariffs, etc. Those months I did have a little bit of a drop below the market, but technically, if I look at the entire cycle, my portfolios has been better than the market, pretty much month on month, quarter on quarter, year on year, if I have to compare that, right? And my 2 previous funds have also used pretty much the same model, and it's delivered significantly good investor returns. My current fund also uses the same model with some minor modifications as such, right? So when I took this, at that point in time, there wasn't a lot of sentiment analysis sort of data that was available at that point when I was investing. These days, over the last 10 years, there's basically sentiment analysis that's available. So we included that as part of the model, but pretty much the pillars are the same essentially, and it kind of works.